What has Jungkook been hiding all this time? Why did Taehyung choose to speak now? And is it true that Jimin is the reason behind the most shocking decision in BTS history? ARMY, you are not ready for this truth, because for the first time, Taehyung is revealing the biggest secret that has been buried in silence. Is this a sign that BTS will never be the same again? We always thought that they would never be separated. We believe, in their every smile, in their warm embrace during a concert encore, and in the tears shed during a temporary farewell to the draft, that their friendship is more than a job. But now, the ARMY world is shaken. Because for the first time, Taehyung, the quiet one who doesn't talk much, breaks the silence that has made everyone wonder. What really happened between Jungkook and Jimin? No one expected that a short sentence from Taehyung in an internal interview with HYBE's production team could shake the foundation that had looked so solid. Not just because the content is so shocking, but because of Taehyung's courage to tell the truth, even though he knows the consequences. "It's about time you knew what we've been saving up to protect someone," he said with eyes that couldn't hide doubt or pain. What does Taehyung really mean? And even more surprising, why did Jungkook and Jimin's names suddenly appear in the connotations that led to the breakup of BTS? An unnamed internal source revealed that in recent months, there have been intense discussions between two of BTS's most beloved members, Jungkook and Jimin, about their future after completing military service. Discussions that did not go smoothly. Discussions that make the atmosphere quieter in their group conversation room. And most surprisingly, the discussion was allegedly sparked by a private event that was never known to the public until now. The question is, why does Taehyung know all this? And why is he the one who chooses to dismantle everything now? According to him, there was one key moment that changed everything. While they were undergoing personal activities together before enlistment, Jungkook reportedly showed an unusual emotional attitude. He started talking about pressure, about losing direction, and about someone who is no longer the same as he used to be. And the figure mentioned in the ambiguous sentence turned out to be Jimin. "He used to be my home. Now I don't even know where to start talking to him," Jungkook said at the time, according to Taehyung. The sentence remained in V's head to this day. Not only because of its deep meaning, but also because after that day, Jimin began to withdraw into himself. ARMY. The big question arises, is this about personal conflict? About old wounds that never heal? Or about something darker and deeper that they can't even express in songs? What makes this news even hotter is the news that is spreading from behind the scenes. HYBE. Jungkook and Jimin are considering not returning in full BTS formation after being discharged from the military. But strangely, HYBE had not yet made up his mind. They delayed any announcements. They're like walking on coals, afraid that a wrong step will destroy everything. Is it really just a personal decision? Is there pressure from the other side? If you know what really happened, maybe you will understand why we chose to be silent all this time, said Taehyung, who is currently not actively performing but is still monitoring all developments. His words were not only a warning, but also a request, not to judge before the truth fully comes to the surface. And when asked about what the biggest secret was, Taehyung did not immediately answer. He only said one sentence that made the atmosphere quiet. Because if I reveal everything now, maybe not only Jimin will be blamed, but also Jungkook. Instantly, the public split. Armies around the world are starting to connect old moments, their interactions in front of the camera, to small gestures that once seemed ordinary, but now seem full of hidden meaning. Starting from Jimin's blank stare in one of the V-Lives, to Jungkook's restrained expression in their last documentary. Have we seen only illusions? And even more shocking, one of BTS's makeup staff who had been on duty during the Permission to Dance concert overheard a heated argument in the dressing room between Jimin and Jungkook. Jungkook is angry, but not out of hate, because disappointed. And Jimin just looked down, not replying. He's like, "Give it up," said the source. What really happened between them? Why can't they fix it before it's too late? Taehyung said that Jimin's decision to avoid the spotlight all this time was not without reason. He feels guilty. He felt like he had disappointed someone. But what kind of mistake was so big that it made two of his closest people consider leaving BTS? And why does HYBE look like she doesn't want this news to stick? I don't want to provoke, But the army needs to know, because if not now, it will be too late. Taehyung said in the last voice note message leaked to one of the fans' internal discussion forums. Too late for what? To repair? Or to maintain something that has already begun to collapse? One thing is clear, there is no turning back after this. Because when the greatest secret is revealed, only two options remain: accept reality or refuse to believe. Army. This is when you open your eyes. Don't just see them as idols. See them as human beings who have wounds, have feelings, and sometimes do not have enough strength to always look perfect. Because maybe this time, the end of BTS is not about disbanding, but about the honesty that was hidden for too long. And when Jungkook finally opens up, what will he say about Jimin? Is he going to listen to Taehyung? Or is it just the dismantling of something much bigger? When Jungkook and Jimin's names are mentioned in one sentence with the word farewell, ARMY around the world begins to feel something more than just concern. They feel wounds, collective trauma, because it's not just about two members who are considering their future. It's about the foundation that has been uniting the world called BTS. But the question is, why did Taehyung speak first? And why did Jungkook choose silence? Everything changed on that strange night. An unexpected upload appeared on Jungkook's personal account. Not a singing video, not footage of a dance rehearsal, but rather a dark image with a small inscription in the lower corner. If I say I'm tired, will you stay with me? The army snapped. Thousands of comments flooded the post in less than an hour. All wondered, is this the answer? Is this a form of guilt? Or a subtle warning that something bigger is about to happen? But the surprise is not only the content of the upload, but the fact that shortly after the upload, Jimin turned off comments on his entire Instagram upload. Mute. No sound. It's like locking yourself away from the world. He knows what he has done, wrote one ARMY senior who claimed to be close to one of BTS' longtime managers. Jungkook can't speak, but Taehyung, he's tired of hiding everything. So, the question becomes even crazier. What has Jimin actually done? During this time, HYBE has always been known as an agency that is quick to respond in the face of rumors and public conflicts. But this time, why did they choose to remain silent? An internal source who was once part of BTS's production team revealed that HYBE had been aware of this conflict since before enlistment and had even prepared two big scenarios. One for a full group comeback and another if the two members chose a permanent solo path. But they withheld that decision. They are afraid to make statements that accelerate the split, the source said. Because this time, it's not just about the music or the project. It's about trust, about personal relationships that have been damaged, and not everything can be fixed with a new contract. And even more surprising, in an internal presentation document leaked on a fan community forum, there is one code name: Phoenix Plan, which is allegedly a backup plan in case BTS has to continue without one or two main members. The question is, who is in the reserve? Jungkook? Jimin? Or both? Since Taehyung's confession, all eyes are now on Jimin. Why did he choose not to answer? And why did Jimin's expression in the last virtual military greeting event seem like someone who harbored something very deep? Some fans with gesture reading skills said that in the video, Jimin shows signs of an emotional frozen response, a condition in which a person is too afraid to react, knowing that whatever is said will only make things worse. And sure enough, in an audio recording circulating from a private military fan meeting, someone suspected to be Jimin is heard saying, "If I talk, I lose two people. If I keep quiet, I lose everything." This sentence is like destroying all the army's defenses. Does this mean that Jimin is stuck in two equally painful choices? Is this about a love triangle? About treason? Or about irrevocably fatal mistakes? In a short broadcast through the private fansign app, Taehyung reappears. But what is surprising is not only its presence, but the fact that he was wearing an old hoodie that Jungkook once gave him on his birthday. Symbols? Sarcasm? Or an apology? He spoke only briefly, but every word pierced. Sometimes, to be honest, it hurts. But it hurts even more to see your best friend living a lie. The phrase immediately exploded on Twitter. Thousands of threads have sprung up. ARMY is trying to put together the puzzle pieces that are now scattered between Jimin's silence, Jungkook's fracture, and Taehyung's courage. But things got even more intense when someone who looked like a genie sent a blue heart emoji to the post before deleting it minutes later. What's the point of all this? Does Jin support this diss? Even crazier, leaked internal memos mention that HYBE had been preparing for the possibility that Jimin and Jungkook would decide to create a permanent duet unit and codenamed the project as Project Mute. Why mute? Is it a symbol of their silence? Or the silence that finally broke into a farewell cry? The effects of all this are clearly felt to the ARMY community. Most still cling to hope that this is just a momentary storm and everything will return to the way it was. But the other half began to crumble. Many wrote that they felt like they were betrayed by reality, that the story they had believed so far to be a symbol of the power of friendship turned out to be full of cracks and secrets. An ARMY man from Japan wrote an open letter that went viral on Twitter. "We don't need you to be perfect, but we need you to be honest. If this is the end, please let us know in a way that we can accept, not by being silent, moving away from each other, and leaving us clutching incomplete memories." The letter was read by more than 20 million people in 24 hours, and was even said to have made J-Hope cry during her nightly live before quickly turning it off and saying, "I'm sorry, I'm not ready to talk about that." A few days after the silence that made many of the ARMY feel like waiting for a time bomb to explode, rumors of a secret video call between Jimin and Jungkook emerged from one of the ARMY's accounts known for leaking information from the internal environment. IT has mentioned that the call was not scheduled by HYBE, but was initiated directly by Jin. Eugene, the eldest Taehyung who has been seen holding everything back, is said to be forcing these two beloved sisters to talk, whatever the risk. But what really happened in that conversation? A staffer who was accidentally near the room where the genie was doing the setup for the call whispered something that made everyone shiver. His voice sounded broken. Jungkook cried before lifting it. Jimin didn't speak. But the most devastating thing was Jungkook's first sentence after a long silence. "Hyung, why are you silent when I need you to talk?" That phrase is piercing.
Shook.
As if opening up old wounds that they had been hiding from the world. Does Jungkook feel betrayed? Not because of Jimin's actions, but because Jimin chose to be silent when he should have said something to defend, protect, or explain. Jimin did not answer immediately. But then, in a barely audible voice, he reportedly just said, "I'm scared. Because I knew you would leave if I was honest." After the call, Jin was seen walking out of the room with red eyes and refusing to speak to anyone for more than 2 days. RM, who was composing a song for his latest solo project, surprisingly canceled the studio schedule, and in a short story, wrote one word that made ARMY even more confused and uneasy. Disintegration. What does that mean? Is he describing his emotional state? Group? Or is a relationship that used to be so solid now torn apart in agonizing silence? Fans speculated that RM had actually known of this conflict for a long time, but chose to dodge in order to remain neutral. But some fans suspect that RM's silence is precisely the biggest form of regret, because as a leader, he did not manage to keep them intact. Not without reason, rumors are exploding. A former HYBE employee leaked that in a closed-door meeting, the agency had already drawn up 2 different timelines for 2026, one as BTS OT7 and another with a different configuration. Surprisingly, the strategy documents file name reads 2026_revival_or_rebirth. What does that mean? Revival means revival, and rebirth means new birth. But what does new birth mean? BTS without Jimin and Jungkook? Or a new group formed by themselves under different management? Even crazier, leaked internal memos mention that HYBE had been preparing for the possibility that Jimin and Jungkook would decide to create a permanent duet unit and codenamed the project as Project Mute. Why mute? Is it a symbol of their silence? Or the silence that finally broke into a farewell cry? The effects of all this are clearly felt to the ARMY community. Most still cling to hope that this is just a momentary storm and everything will return to the way it was. But the other half began to crumble. Many wrote that they felt like they were betrayed by reality, that the story they had believed so far to be a symbol of the power of friendship turned out to be full of cracks and secrets. An army man from Japan wrote an open letter that went viral on Twitter. "We don't need you to be perfect, but we need you to be honest. If this is the end, please let us know in a way that we can